Before we get started with this video, I just wanted to say this video is brought to you by Prize Picks, the simplest form of fantasy sports betting right now. You pick 2 to 5 players and can win up to 10 times on any entry. It allows multi-sports, so you can do Mahomes over on fantasy points and an under on LeBron James. If you sign up using the code ALLSPORTS, you'll receive an instant deposit match of up to $100. Check it out in the App Store or web browser. Prize Picks. Use code ALLSPORTS for up to $100 deposit.
Welcome
match.
back, everyone, to another All Sports Culture video. Today we'll be doing our March Madness bracket predictions. I think we're now like 3 weeks away from the tournament, so in order to get you guys ready and prep you guys for the tournament, I'm going to be doing my early March Madness predictions. I got the Maryland jersey on. I'm repping the boys, even though I don't expect them to go super far. But it's going to be fun. If you guys want me to do this like a weekly series until the bracket or the tournament starts, let me know. I feel like that'd be a lot of fun, but that's all I got to say, and on to the video. All right, so as you can see, it's the 2021 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship bracket. Like we'll be doing, we'll be going through the first round. I won't be spending too much time on the first round just because if I explained every pick, then we'd be here forever. But obviously we'll start here. Gonzaga's winning. They're probably the best team in the country. There's not much I have to say about this. They're undefeated. Their winning streak is unbelievable. So Gonzaga's winning this game. Louisville, Maryland. So I'm a Maryland fan, like you can tell by the intro of the video. And we've been playing extremely well. We've won 4 straight. And Louisville, they have not played a bunch of games. I think they got a lot of postponements or cancellations because of COVID over the last week or so. So I don't know how that's going to affect them. Obviously, by the time I'm recording this, they just lost a big game against UNC. I don't know what the score was, but UNC killed them. So call me biased, but I'm going to go with Maryland. I think the streak is going to continue for them. And we're going to kind of see how that goes. Texas Tech and St. Louis or UNC. Oh, and by the way, this bracket is the latest edition of CBS Sports Bracketology. It came out today at like 6 a.m., so I use this one for the purpose of the video. Texas Tech and St. Louis or UNC. I'm going to say UNC against St. Louis, so it's technically Texas Tech against UNC. Texas Tech is phenomenal. Matt McClung has been a baller for them. Obviously, we expected that from the transfer to Georgetown. But UNC has been playing, not unbelievable, but they've playing a lot better. Obviously, they got the win against Duke, but other than that, I mean, like I just mentioned, they got the huge win against Louisville, and it's apparent that they're playing a lot better as the season is coming to a conclusion. So, Texas Tech, obviously, on paper, is the better team, but I kind of like UNC in the role they're going on as the season goes on. So, I'm going to go with UNC. And by the way, I want to express this first, because a lot of people, I bet I get in the comments, Texas Tech is easily a better team than UNC. I understand that, but it's like, for the sake of March Madness, obviously you're going to have upsets occur. So I'm going to have UNC win this game, and I want people to understand that. And speaking of that, I'm going to go with Belmont. Look, Tennessee, like I said, the better team, but with Belmont, I think they're 21. They're going to win the Ohio Valley. I was super high on Belmont. I think it was in 2019, might have been 2018, when Belmont was second. Or the number 1 seed in the Ohio Valley Championship. They played against John Morant's Murray State. John Morant and Murray State beat them, I think, at the buzzer, but Belmont was an unbelievable team that year. Then they played Maryland in the first round, as I would know that, and they almost beat them. And I like this Belmont team. I think they're better than that year, and I think they're a team to watch. They're a sleeper team, and you'll see that as the next pick. Oklahoma State and St. Bonaventure. I'm going to go with Oklahoma State. Obviously, Cade Cunningham is the focal point of Oklahoma State. I don't know too much about St. Bonaventure, but Oklahoma State, what I've seen from them so far, have been good. Iowa and South Dakota State. Iowa won't spend long on this. They are going to make a run in this tournament, and we'll see that. Wisconsin and Western Kentucky. I'm going to go with Wisconsin. And then Oklahoma and Eastern Washington. I'm going to go with Oklahoma. Now, down here, we got the, I don't know, this would be South, East, whatever you want to call it. But Ohio State, James Madison, I'm going to go with Ohio State. I think Ohio State's Final Four team. I will probably have them in the Final Four here. Ohio State just lost to Michigan on Sunday, and that goes to show how good Michigan is. But Ohio State, the biggest thing, obviously, for them is they almost don't have a guy to protect the rim or be that big man for them. They have a bunch of guards and a bunch of guys who can shoot the ball and play the perimeter, but down low, who's really going to be the guy? We saw that against Michigan on Sunday. LSU and UCLA. I'm going to go with LSU. UCLA was pretty, they were pretty, I guess they had good odds to win the national championship for the year. I think they had like maybe the 10th best odds or something, if I remember correctly. Hasn't been the year I think they really hoped for, but obviously they're still, I think, top of the Pac-12. Them and USC are battling it out. Oregon's right there with them, but LSU offensively are too good. Defensively, obviously, they have some issues, but I think LSU is going to take care of business. All right, next we got Clemson and University of California at Santa Barbara. All right, UCSB, I don't know like a lot about them, and maybe it's just me wanting to predict an upset. I think Clemson's a little overrated per se, and I believe UCSB, I don't know their exact record, but I know they're very good. I looked a little bit into them, and what I saw from them was that I think they are capable of beating Clemson. I think defensively they are very good, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to go with them. I think they could pull off the upset against Clemson. We're going to ride with the upset here. Kansas, Toledo. Kansas are playing a lot better. They just got the win against Texas Tech over the weekend. So Kansas is heading in the right direction. They're going to win here. Arkansas and Loyola Chicago. I think this game's going to be a lot closer than some people think. Everyone's going to automatically pick Loyola Chicago because it makes sense picking an 11 over 6. Loyola Chicago was ranked. They beat Drake. A lot goes well for Loyola Chicago, but Arkansas at the bottom of the top 25 are a very good team. Do not get that twisted. They're having one of the best years they've kind of ever had. Arkansas, you obviously don't refer to as a basketball school, and we haven't really been able to reference them as a football school lately, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than some people think. Put some respect on Arkansas. I want to go Loyola Chicago, but I'm going to go Arkansas. It might surprise you guys. I don't know. Loyola Chicago, though. I'm going to go Loyola Chicago. It's going to be close. It's literally going to be close, but that's what I'm going to go with. Houston and Alabama Christian. Houston's win this game. I think Houston's one of the more underrated teams in this tournament. Rutgers, Oregon. Rutgers have not been playing overly well, and a lot of that is, I would say, because of the conference they're playing in the Big Ten. It's so competitive. You can't really fault them to a high extent, but Oregon, like I said, they're kind of up there in the Pac-12. I'm going to pick them. I've been picking a lot of upsets now that I kind of realize that. But Oregon, I think, is going to win this game. Alabama, Grand Canyon. I'm going to go Alabama. All right, let's go to the other side. All right. Oh. All right, Michigan and UMBC. As much as I want to see another UMBC 16 seed win, I'm going to go with Michigan. Michigan, like I just said, Hunter Dickinson, unbelievable talent there at the rim. They have loads of talent, loads of guards who can shoot the ball. Michigan's going to win this game, and I think they're going to win comfortably. And, you know, I think they could be a national championship contender. I just tweeted that today, talked about how good that team was, so a lot of respect to Michigan. BYU and UConn. I'm going to go BYU. UConn hasn't had like a bad year, but they've kind of been inconsistent per se. I think they're like 4th or 5th in the Big East right now. BYU is a solid team, and I think they could beat UConn. Texas and Winthrop. All right, I'm sorry. I think this is the 3rd 12 seed I've picked, but Winthrop is like 20-1, and Texas have lost a lot of big games they need to win in the Big 12. I think Winthrop wins this game. I don't know, just a gut feeling. I'm going with a lot of upsets, so we'll see how that goes. Virginia Tech, Furman. Love Furman as a school, but Virginia Tech just is, I think Virginia Tech's the 2nd best team in the ACC, so kind of going with that. USC, Wichita State. I was kind of off and on looking at this game because Wichita State is another really good team in the American Conference. I think they're the top of it right now, but USC, when they're on their game, they're really good. I think they're going to win this game over Wichita State. West Virginia and Colgate. I'm going to go West Virginia. Not a lot to say about that. West Virginia, I think they got a huge win over, is it Texas? I think it was Texas, now that we're talking about it. This weekend, and West Virginia, they got that win on the road, and when they can beat these good teams, they're unbelievable, so I'm going to go with West Virginia. Florida and Colorado State, I'll go Florida, and then Villanova and Bryant, I'm going to go Villanova. A lot of people have been talking about Villanova being a little bit overrated. I'm not seeing it. All right, and then the last one, Baylor and Texas State and Cleveland State. Baylor, unbelievable. They haven't played in like a week or two because of COVID outbreak, but they'll be just fine. Kind of like a Michigan for a sense, where they didn't play for a while, and I think it'll all work out. Xavier, Boise State. I wanted to go Boise State, but I think Xavier is going to get this win, so I'm going to go with them. Virginia, and the winner of Colorado, Indiana. I think it's going to be Indiana, except I think Colorado is a little bit underrated, so I could potentially see them winning. Virginia defensively, that's the whole story about them. They're going to win this game. They're going to win the tournament if they want to win from their defensive presence, and that'll get them a win and a first-round win. All right, Missouri, North Texas. I haven't really thought too much about this game. I'm going to go Missouri, I think. I think this is kind of where I'm having a lot of favorites win. Missouri obviously got that win against Alabama at home. Missouri, some people are calling them to be overrated. I think they were as high as a 3 seed last week, or maybe even, I don't think they were a 2 seed, but I think they were as high as a 3 seed. Back to being a 4 seed, but I think they win against North Texas. All right, Purdue Drake. So many people are going to put Drake, but I'm going to put Purdue. Purdue is a very good squad, and like I said, maybe I'm valuing Big Ten teams more just because of the conference they're playing in. And Drake, don't get me wrong, is a very fun team to watch. They're unbelievable against the spread if you've been paying attention to betting per se. And that Drake team gets wins. I think, what are they, 20 and... No, they only have like 2 losses on the year, I think, maybe 3. They win games. They're a solid squad, but Purdue, really good team, and I think they're going to beat Drake. And a lot of people, I think, are going to pick the Drake upset, but not here. I'm going to go Purdue. Florida State, Liberty, I'm going to go Florida State. They got that win against Virginia a week or so ago, and when they're shooting and lighting up for 3, there's only selective teams that can beat them. So I'm going to go with Florida State. Creighton and San Diego State. All right. I am very high on this Creighton squad, and you guys are going to be upset with with what happens in the second round. That kind of indicates what's going to happen, but this Creighton team is so fun. They can shoot the ball extremely well. Marcus Zagorowski? I don't know how to pronounce it. Obviously, he got injured before March Madness last year, and he's been unbelievable for Creighton this year. And like I said, when that team is able to shoot it, they are great. That's why I'm high on Iowa as well. But I'm going to go with Creighton, and then Illinois and Siena. Illinois should... A lot of people are wanting them to be a 1 seed, and I can completely understand why. This Illinois squad is great. A lot of people thought they should be it over Ohio State, but they're a 2 seed, and they're going to get a comfortable win in the first round. All right, let's go back over here. Gonzaga, Maryland. Like I said, I want Maryland to win, but they're just... Oh, is it? Yeah. All right, here we go. They're just not going to win. As much as I want it to be, I don't even think it's going to be close. Gonzaga just offensively are on another tier. So, all right, UNC and Belmont. 12 versus 13 seed. We always like to see that. I'm going to ride with Belmont. All right. I always forget. I got to go over here. A lot of people are going to pick UNC, and maybe I should go with UNC. Because if they're riding this wave that I think they are, you would expect it to continue on in March Madness, but I've been saying I'm high on Belmont. I'm going to ride with it. I think Belmont makes it to the Sweet 16. Not a lot of people are going to be seeing that. That's obvious. All right, Oklahoma State and Iowa. I'm going to go with Iowa as much as I'd like to see Cade Cunningham boost his stock even more, even though it's impossible for him to boost his stock. He's unbelievable. Iowa, they have the best player in college basketball in Luka Garza, and like I said, when they're hot from 3, they're hot from 3. They got a huge win against Wisconsin on the road. Wisconsin was a 1.5 point favorite. Iowa demolished them. Iowa's a very solid team. They're going to be fun to watch as the tournament goes on, and I think they're a contender. Wisconsin and Oklahoma, I'm going to go with Oklahoma. Move on down here. Ohio State, LSU, I'm going to go Ohio State. LSU, though, I will say, defensively, it's going to be a nightmare against Ohio State, who has loads of options on the offensive side of the ball. But LSU, they can match it offensively, no doubt about it. They are one of the best teams in the country offensively. I just don't think they're capable of playing against Ohio State. I do think it'll be a little bit closer than some people think. I have Ohio State. All right, Kansas and UCSB. I'm going to go Kansas, which is kind of weird. Kansas making it to the Sweet 16 because of kind of how and what position they were in earlier in the year. Obviously, we see these blue blood teams, Duke, Kentucky, UNC, Kansas, haven't really been to the top of the table as we expected them to be, but Kansas just got a win against Texas Tech. Huge win for them. They're going to rise. Obviously, they're at 4 right now, so Kansas will make it to the Sweet 16. Loyola Chicago and Houston. I'm going to go Houston. I like this Houston squad. Loyola Chicago, as much as I'd love to see Sister Jean and Loyola Chicago make it back to the Final Four and win it all. What a story that would be. Houston's going to win this, I believe. And I kind of like Houston to make it far. We'll see if they get a Sweet 16 win. Yeah. Oregon and Alabama. Alabama is, a lot of people think they're contenders. I don't, but I do think they'll get a win against Oregon. Oregon has some question marks. We've seen that in the Pac-12 this year. And I think Alabama wins. a lot of people, in my opinion, would pick Oregon to upset Bama. And I think from a 7, or they're technically 10 seed, like a 10 versus 2, it may be the best option to do so. But I have Alabama winning this game. All right, Florida Villanova. I'm going to go with Nova. Like I said, over here. I keep forgetting. I'm going to go Nova. A lot of people think that Nova is a bit overrated. I don't see it. USC and West Virginia. I'm going to go West Virginia. Winthrop and Virginia Tech. Is it crazy if I go Winthrop? Yeah, it is. We're going to go Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's going to win this game, and then Michigan, BYU. I'm going to go Michigan. All right, up here, this is where you're going to hate me. Baylor, Xavier, you're not going to hate me here, but I'm going to go Baylor. Baylor, I think they're going to win it all. We'll see if I pick them here, but they're so good. Virginia and Missouri. It's a toss-up. I've been preaching all year. I think Virginia is a little overrated. They're definitely not what they were when they won the national championship in 2019. Not even close to what that was. They were 1 seed there. Not that people are making the comparisons, because I don't think they should. But Missouri has, like I said, they have some question marks as well. But the thing is with Missouri is they're capable of getting these huge wins. We saw that against Alabama. They put up loads of points, and offensively they were unbelievable in that game. But can they do it against a solid Virginia defense? I don't. Kind of want to go Missouri. All right, we'll go Missouri. All right, Purdue and Florida State. I'm going to go Purdue. Is it me praising Big Ten teams? I don't think so, because I think Purdue is just a very good squad against a Florida State team. Obviously, Florida State, it depends on what game you're getting. Florida State has dropped a lot of games this year, but they've also won big games. Not a lot of games. It's acting like they're like a 500 squad. They're a very good squad. It's obviously why they're a 3 seed. I'm going to go with Purdue, though. All right. Creighton, Illinois. This is going to raise a lot of comments, and I'm ready for it. But here's what you got to understand. It's March. We sleep in May. It's a crazy March Madness. It wouldn't be a bracket prediction without something that would get the fans and viewers at home fired up. I understand Illinois is capable of being a 1 seed. I just praised them. They have arguably the best player in college basketball, and offensively they're outstanding. They closed the game so well. We saw that against Northwestern. I like Creighton, though. Hate me all you want. Please. I expect all of you to comment right now how upset you are at that decision. But, like I said, it's March. We sleep in May because of how crazy this tournament is. And look, if it happens, I want all of you to come back to this video and say, ASC knows best. Gonzaga, Belmont. You expect me to pick Belmont now, but I'm going to go with Gonzaga. Iowa and Oklahoma. I'm going to go Iowa. Like I said, Iowa, they are unbelievable. They're making the Elite Eight. They're fun. Ohio State and Kansas. Ohio State is winning this game. Houston, Alabama. I'm going Houston. So, as of right now, in the Elite Eight, we have 1-3 and a 1-3 team. Let's see what happens on the other side. All right. Did I do the sweets? All right. No. All right. Baylor and Missouri. No question. Baylor. Purdue and Creighton. A 6 versus 7. I mean, come on. What did you expect? You are going to probably think I'm a Creighton fan at this point. And I was just praising Purdue, but Creighton, they're going to go on a run. I was predicting a Creighton run last year. And then with the Marcus, is it Zagorowski? You guys in the comments, I know I'm saying it wrong. All I know is the film and what he produces, not how to pronounce his name, but he's unbelievable. When he went out last year before the tournament, raised a lot of concerns for the team. Before that, I was super high on them in the tournament. I'm high on them here. Accept it. They're going to the Elite Eight. All right, Michigan, Virginia Tech. I'm going Michigan. There's no reason for me to believe that Michigan is not a national championship team, unless obviously they face Baylor or Gonzaga. But with Michigan, they just played the 4th best team in the country on the road after not playing for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and completely outplayed them. And that is not discrediting Ohio State at all, because Ohio State, I was so high on. They have the most quadrant 1 wins in the country, and Michigan just Just beat them by 5. Game of the year. And I have all the reason in the world to believe that Michigan is unbelievable. All right. Did I not do this game? Maybe I didn't. All right. USC in West Virginia. I guess I didn't do this game. I'm going to go with West Virginia. And now West Virginia, Villanova. I'm going to go Villanova. West Virginia, I could easily see them winning here, though. But I'm going to go with Villanova. Coach, I mean, obviously both teams have great coaches, but Jay Wright, I just think is on another tier compared to other coaches. All right, Gonzaga and Iowa. Is it here I do it? I'm going to go Gonzaga. Gonzaga, if you don't put them in your Final Four, I just feel like it's wrong. They've just been unbelievable. Ohio State and Houston. All right. Here's the thing. Like I said, March is crazy. And look, if I'm going to have Baylor here, which I probably will, and if I'm probably going to have Michigan, I can't, I think March Madness has only once out of its whole creation of March Madness had 4 1 seeds make the Final Four. That can't happen. It can't. I'm going to go with the numbers, and I'm going to go with what history says. Houston. Look, and it's not even a bash against Ohio State. Ohio State's unbelievable. I just said they had the most quadrant 1 wins. Actually. Here's the thing, though. I can already see the comments on this, too. If I take Ohio State and I put Nova in over Michigan, everyone's going to be like, how do you have Ohio State as a Final Four team? And not Michigan. Michigan's better. They beat them. I understand. But it's March. We sleep in May. I'm going to keep saying that. All right. So do I have Houston? I was high on Houston. People know that. I said that before. How high on them am I on them, though? Final Four bound? Let's go with it. Let's go with it. Michigan and Villanova. Yep. I'm sorry for all you Wolverine fans. As much as I want to put Michigan, I'm going to go with Nova. You know how mad Michigan fans would be if they lose another big NCAA game against Villanova at the national championship in 2018? And now they lose again in 2021. March, man, it's crazy. Baylor Creighton, you're all thinking I'm going Creighton. I'm not. I'm going Baylor. I'm much more high on Baylor than I am than Nova. Don't even worry. All right, Final Four, Gonzaga and Houston. Gonzaga. I'm going to go Baylor. This is the national championship that everyone has, but there's a reason why everyone has them. If you did a tier list of college basketball teams, Baylor and Gonzaga should be on one tier and absolutely no one else. You'll see a Wolverine fan try and put in Michigan, a Buckeye fan put in Ohio State, even though they couldn't even beat their number 1 rivals. Illinois is going to get a shout, but they lost 5 games. Look, Gonzaga and Baylor have not lost this year for one reason, reason only. It's because they're unbelievable. They're not going to lose a game in March Madness, I don't think, until the national championship. Now, look, if you put a gun to my head and said, will Gonzaga and Baylor be the national championship, or will you take any other outcome? Obviously, I'm going to take every other outcome, but this is easily the most likely scenario because it's the 2 best teams in the country. As much as I want to put a Michigan or maybe a Villanova, I can't, man. And a lot of people I know are upset with this Final Four. They want to see Michigan. I think Michigan is deserving of being the 3rd best team in the country. But I just think you guys gotta understand. This is March. I'm supposed to have these crazy upsets that no one predicts. Do I actually think if Michigan and Villanova played 10 times, Villanova would win most of them? No, Michigan would. But it's a 1 game, and I think Villanova's capable of pulling up the upset. All right, I'm getting too distracted. I'm sorry if you're upset with some of the picks. Just comment what you would do different. But I better hope to see that you have Creighton going far because they're going to be great this year. All right, Gonzaga Baylor. The granddaddy of them all, the national championship. what do you value more? Because with Gonzaga, you're obviously valuing the offensive firepower they have, this amazing winning streak they've been on. And some people are going to say they're going to discredit Gonzaga because of the conference they play in. Look, they are steamrolling through every single person in that conference, every single team. And let's not forget, before they played their conference games, their non-conference schedule was tough. And my goodness, would it be fun to see a Gonzaga Baylor game? Oh my goodness, in the regular season? That would give us a true indication of who I would favor in this game. But that's the beauty of March. It's great. Gonzaga Baylor. I've been saying Baylor for the longest time, but watching Gonzaga, watch them this weekend, and they're unbelievable offensively. And that's the thing with Baylor. Haven't seen them in a while. How long has it been? 2 weeks since they've played? They got a game coming up soon. So, I hope Baylor impresses me then, and I'm sure they will because of how great they are. Gonzaga or Baylor? I'm going to go with the favorites. Going to go with Gonzaga. And I think they're going to win 72-68. This is what I'm predicting, everyone. I will go through it quickly. I'm not going to read every single one, but you can take a look at what I predicted. I understand you're all going to be upset. But look, I got one thing to say. We sleep in May because of how crazy March is. That's all I got to say. Enjoy March Madness. If you want me to do this again next week, let me know. Or maybe you guys are so upset with my picks you don't ever want to see me do this again. And that's fine. But if you do, let me know. I thought this was a lot of fun to do. I'm excited for March Madness. You know, watching the first game and thinking your bracket's going to be right is so fun. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I think 25% capacity for the games in Indianapolis. So that's going to be fun to see. But thank you guys for watching this March Madness edition of this ASU YouTube video. And until next time, we will catch you guys later.